Welcome back to Jeffco Ed TV. Scott Griffin, Matt Coulter, our great crew here. And in the middle of honoring the seniors for Gardendale here at their home match. So we're going to step out of the way and let you hear the names and see the kids as they get recognized for being seniors.
Remember, the struggles along the way are only meant to shape you for a purpose. Congratulations and good luck in the future, Betsy. Our next senior is Carson Harper. Carson is joined by her parents, Devin and Kelly Harper, and her sister, Peyton. Carson has played soccer at GHS for 6 seasons. She began playing soccer when she was 8. She has also played for Booset and Alabama FC. She said her favorite memory with the team was putting handicap signs in Coach Lehman's yard. After graduation, she plans to attend UAB to study kinesiology with a concentration in exercise science, with the ultimate goal of becoming an occupational therapist working with special needs and exceptional children. Carson shared, "Thank you to Pasha for seeing potential in a little 7th grader years ago. Thank you to Lehman for pushing me to be better. Also, I want to thank my family for every weekend, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday night she sacrificed to let me play the sport I love. I love you all more than you know." Senior Carson Harper. Our third and final senior for the girls this season is Camden Wilson. She is joined tonight by her parents, Kim and Jeremy Wilson, and her younger sister, Kendall. Camden has played soccer at Gardendale for 6 seasons. She started playing soccer at age 3 and has also played at Alabama FC. Her favorite memory with the team were the team meals. After graduation, Camden plans to attend Georgia Southern University in Statesboro, Georgia, and plans to study business. Camden says, "I would like to thank all of my coaches, teammates, and most importantly, my family for shaping me into the person I am today. To the girls, don't take a moment for granted because it will be all over before you know it." Congratulations and best of luck to Camden. Please offer a final round of applause for senior Camden and her 2 senior teammates. Next, we will honor 7 boys soccer seniors for the class of 2025. First, we have our senior captain, Mario Castro. Mario is joined tonight by his parents, Mario and Maria Castro, as well as his brother Steven, sister Abby, and baby brother Zion. Mario has played soccer at Gardendale for 3 seasons. He started playing soccer when he was 7 years old. He has also played at HVS and Alabama FC. His favorite memory of playing soccer at Gardendale was beating Calera on the road during his senior season. Mario plans to go to college and earn a degree in business management. Mario's message is, "I would like to thank my coaches, and I also thank my mom and dad for the hard sacrifices they have done for me." Congratulations and best of luck to Mario. Next we have Yair Cruz. Yair is joined tonight by his parents, Luis and Eddie Cruz. Yair has played soccer at GHS for 3 seasons. He started playing soccer when he was 7 years old. He has also played for Corday's training. His favorite memory of playing soccer at Gardendale High was getting the opportunity of playing a game with his brother during his senior season. After graduation, Yair plans to become a licensed welder. Asked to provide a message, Yair said, "If it ain't a card, it isn't a foul." A round of applause for senior Yair Cruz and his family. Our next senior is Logan Henry. Logan is joined by his parents, Catherine and Lane Henry. Logan has played soccer at GHS for 2 seasons. He picked up soccer later than most of his teammates, having started playing soccer when he was 16 years old. His favorite memory of playing at Gardendale was his penalty at the Hewitt-Trussville game during the 2024 season. After graduation, Logan plans to attend the University of Alabama and eventually attend law school. Logan shared these words of wisdom. Don't be afraid to try something new. Even Tom Brady was a beginner. Congratulations and best of luck to Logan. Our next senior is Derek Mejia. Derek is accompanied tonight by his parents, Maria Diaz and Oli Mejia Diaz and Angel Mejia Diaz. Derek has played soccer at GHS for 2 years. He started playing soccer when he was 6 years old. His favorite memory of playing soccer at Gardendale is seeing more than half the team buzz and dye their hair for the 2024 playoffs. After graduation, Derek plans to attend trade school and become an electrician. Derek says, I want to thank my family, Coach Wood, Coach Hutchins, and Coach Pasha for these 2 years at Gardendale. Even though this season was cut short due to some medical reasons, I'm glad I at least got to play in a couple of games toward the end of the year. Ladies and gentlemen, senior Derek Mejia. Next up is senior Jonathan Price. Jonathan is joined tonight by his parents Daniel and Crystal, as well as his brother Joe and his sister Zoe. John has played soccer at Gardendale for 4 years. He started playing soccer when he was 3 years old and has also played for Homewood Soccer Club. His favorite memory of playing at Gardendale was starting in the varsity match against Vestavia Hills as a freshman. After graduation, he plans to attend the University of Alabama and major in business. John says, to my grandmother who passed away on New Year's last year, every game I have played since then, I have played for you. To my parents, thank you for pouring your blood, sweat, and tears into me. To my brother Joe, thank you for being the best big brother a kid could ask for. And Zoe, thank you for being the best big sister ever. To my teammates and Coach Wood, thank you all. A round of applause for Jonathan Price and his family. Our next senior is Cole Vance. Cole is joined tonight by his parents, Lauren and Micah Vance, and his siblings, Cody and Kaylee. Cole has played soccer at Gardendale since his 8th grade year. He started playing soccer when he was 9 years old and has also played for Homewood Soccer Club. His favorite memory of playing soccer at Gardendale was beating Pelham during his sophomore season while playing on the JV. After graduation, he plans to attend the University of South Alabama and earn a degree in marine science. Cole says, I will always be grateful to my family for showing up and supporting me throughout my whole high school career. I'm also grateful for Coach Wood for not only being a great coach, but a great friend in cross country and soccer. My advice to my teammates is to never back down and never give up, even if you hear on the line. Congratulations and best of luck to Cole. Our final member of the class of 2025 is Luke Waters. Luke is joined tonight by his parents, Chad and Ann Waters. Luke has played soccer at Gardendale High for 3 seasons. He started playing soccer when he was 6 years old. He's also played for the Homewood Soccer Club. His favorite memory of playing soccer at Gardendale was beating Indian Springs during his freshman year. After graduation, he plans to attend the University of Tennessee to major in engineering. Luke shared these words of wisdom. Try your hardest in everything and thank God always. A round of applause for Luke Waters and his family. Ladies and gentlemen, please offer one final round of applause for the Gardendale Soccer Program's class of 2025.
And that's the seniors for Gardendale, the girls and boys here on senior night, obviously. We'll take a break, come back, and in a few minutes we'll have Clay Cougars, Gardendale Rockets boys soccer right here on Jeff Coed TV. Welcome into Gardendale. We had the sun splashing down during the girls' game, but right now the shadows creeping over. Still the sun tickling the tops of the buildings across the way and the visiting stands as Clay Chalkville takes on Gardendale in boys soccer here on Jeff Coed TV. Scott Griffin, Matt Coulter along with you and with our great crew, and hopefully this one is a competitive match. I got a feeling it's got a shot at that.
Well, the first one, to be very, very transparent, honest, was not very competitive. Yeah. Gardendale won it on a mercy goal rule, 10-0, just a couple minutes into the second half of play. So there you have it. These two teams, I believe, are going to be a lot more competitive, and one of my measuring sticks, Scott, is records. Let's just see how they did. So Clay Chalkville comes in here under the direction of Derek Rios at 5-6. So that you're a 500 ball team, soccer team, soccer club. Okay, Gardendale, meanwhile, they are 14-3-1, and I believe they are ranked in the top 10 as well as the women were. So there you have the situation. We play 40 minutes in the first half. Those of you soccer enthusiasts know that that's a free run clock unless there's a situation that causes the referees to go ahead and stop the clock. Injuries, some fouls, and so forth.
So the officials making their way to center field. And we will get ready for Clay Chalkville Gardendale, and Clay Chalkville will begin with possession as we begin here in Gardendale. Pretty good crowd on hand, actually, on the Gardendale side. I've seen not many on the visitor side. Everybody's on this side, as you see. But we're about ready to begin. Obviously, Clay Chalkville will be in the white with the blue numerals. Gardendale, as you would suspect, in the maroon and gray.
And very soccer looking, too, with the vertical striping in gray along with their maroon.
Gardendale coming out aggressive. Clay Chalkville wants to reset as they kick it back to the goalie and try to get past that first point of attack. Clay Chalkville knocks it out as John Price batted it away with his foot. And the Cougars, I should say Gardendale's John Price, Cougars will throw it in.
Pretty good crowd here in Gardendale. It's senior nights, a lot of parents, grandparents, siblings. They did a nice presentation, which you saw live right here on Jeff Coed TV.
Gardendale kicks it all the way back to the goalkeeper. And that's Connor Thomas, the goalie.
He is brightly attired, isn't he?
Yes, you can see it.
Pink and the purple.
Gardendale had to go out of bounds. So his ball handling not very adept there. It just scooted out of bounds harmlessly. And I don't have a 20 on my Gardendale roster.
Well, I'll do some double checking over here. get back to you.
So Clay Chalkville bringing it in. They'll get a kick, free kick from the 37. And we'll just say that because of football vernacular to give you an idea where it is.
Yeah, we are playing on a football field, but the dimensions go ahead and extend width and lengthwise.
Boy, that's a great freaking goal. How about that? What a spectacular approach shot by Clay Chalkville, and took the big bounce that Thomas had to defend, and then when he knocked it away, there for the rebound is number 19, Jose Ramos, and you got a score.
Well, he didn't give up, you know. He pursued it, went high, there was a block, and then he just followed it up, and just kind of a layup, really.
Yeah.
Layup goal.
I think he should have run up and caught it, and he played it on the bounce, which means he had to block it. And then Ramos was there for an easy pickup. So the Cougars get on the board first. First shot on goal, too.
John Price. Now he swaps out with Chris Bean.
They said pay attention to the clock, the officials. Now it's 37-25, so they're going to get it down to that before we begin play.
Okay. And they now have it in sync with ours. Beautiful day. Actually, Scott, walking up to the press box here. Little perspiration. 80, was it 85?
It's going to get
today?
cool tonight, though,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah,
There's
it is.
a long pass attempt and garnered by Brian Rodriguez, the goalkeeper. So here comes Clay Chalkville. Gardendale with a steal.
Down 1-0 early here.
Trying to center that one. Up, went out of bounds. So Mario Castro will kick it in, one of those seniors honored. Center kick, header out of there by Clay Chalkville. I didn't see who did that, but Gardendale's got it back. Now Clay Chalkville with a nice defense. Kicking it ahead. Fantastic footwork and defensive play by Jaden Edwards.
Well, he just went right foot, left foot, right, dribbling keenly.
One ahead, a little bit better pass, and Luke Waters could have done something with it.
Kind of
Clay Chalkville
like it
get it.
kicked left on him,
Yeah,
didn't it?
kind of spun out to the left. And there's something to that. When you kick, I mean, it's going to have a spin one way or the other, right? So you got to take that in consideration. It's just not blindly kicking the ball around. There's arcing and all kind of things. So they'll kick it back to Rodriguez. Works it on this side to Christian Rodriguez. And here comes Clay Chalkville. Gardendale now with it. Derek Mejas, another senior for Gardendale. Going down the corner, trying to outrun everybody. Look at the speed there and the bump by Luke Waters, but it gets knocked out of bounds wisely by the Cougars.
Wow, Waters is rather fleet of foot.
So now they'll throw it in quickly. You got to be ready, and this boys, they get it in.
Yep.
Can he center it?
Yep.
Oh, he just missed it. Good attempt. I think that was John Price, number 7. If I'm not mistaken. But could not negotiate it. And I wish we could get a number 20 for Gardendale. We do not have him on the roster again. So, and that could be a home jersey, visiting jersey deal, you know.
See that a lot in basketball.
So we apologize, but we're limited to what we're given.
Scott, I'm a man
Jeremy
on a mission.
Cardona. Okay, you going to go find that out? Okay, number 20. That'd be great. Here comes Gardendale back. Center pass, and that goes awry as well. So Clay Chalkville will have the soccer ball, throwing it in from this left side. Scott Griffin, Matt Coulter, our great crew here, led by John Rocket. Clay Chalkville working it around, inching their way down. Boy, that's a good pass. If they can get out there to it, they do. The speed of Jose Ramos, but I think they'll call it offsides on that one. Or is that a penalty?
Come on, Dubs.
Meantime, 20
Cole Vance.
normally wears 24. But he's wearing 20 this afternoon evening.
For the Rockets, number 19,
And that's Cole
Seth
Vance.
Nelson.
It is.
So Clay Chalkville will throw it in from the far side.
And memory serves me correctly, which gets more and more difficult, by the way. There's been one shot on goal and one goal.
Yep. Actually, it's a free kick from this right side 21 that you see there.
It's a lady, so who knows?
That Morgan Beard.
Boy, blocked by that initial group there, and that looked like Zion Allen. Yeah, but here's the centering kick. Nick kicked out of there by Seth Nelson. Pretty good defense by the Rockets. Now they're on the breakaway. Trying to get on the outside.
Yeah. Luke
Can he
Waters.
center it? He centers it, but nobody there. Trying to get to the center was Luke Waters, but he just couldn't get there to get that receiving center pass.
And he's got the speed to do it. Then he helped defend following.
Spillage of bodies there. Clay Chalkville comes up with it. That will head out of bounds. Couldn't control that pass in the air, so the Cougars have it again. At least we're playing on this end sometimes.
Yeah, we didn't do a lot of that with the Lady Cougars in Gardendale, who, if you're just joining us, that was our initial broadcast of the day on Jeffco Ed TV. And Gardendale won handily, 10 goals to 0.
Good pass there. As he threw it into the teeth of the Cougars. And now a foul there, it looked like, by Waters. So kick for Cougars. 1-0 on a brilliant pass in. And that was Emmanuel Garcia Esquera. There's another one that tried to head into the goal. It was Ramos, who had the goal earlier, but knocked it out of bounds.
And another whistle. Substitution. James Garcia Brown.
It's a long run to get into the game, man.
70 yards, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like coming in for the bullpen.
Yeah, but you get a little golf cart with a Cubs hat on.
In the old days, they did.
Yeah.
Now they run in. There's a centering pass. Somebody tried to put a hand on it, and luckily ducked that out of the way. It was going to be interesting to see what they call this, and it's Clay. So they'll throw it in.
And as you noted just a minute ago, they don't waste a lot of time.
Nope. That time an errant pass, 1 Cougar to 4, but they still got it. Ramos in there doing battle. And stoppage again.
Right at midfield. And immediately the Cougars are going to get it back into play. Swap inbounders for the moment.
We have somebody right by our net sound mic. carried on a
And
conversation.
they are talking away.
Yes.
Hey, in this day and age.
So I'm going to turn them down a little bit. Make sure that nothing happens errantly on the air.
Scott.
There's a long shot, but Thomas doesn't have to do anything, as it will roll out of bounds.
Scott, that's something that you and I have been well aware of for most of our lives, and that's live mics, live TV, and live radio.
I don't say that.
You got to be careful.
Thomas.
You know, Clay's kept it on their end. I would say of the 10, 11 minutes played, probably 7 or 8 at least. It's Clay Chalkville has the only 2 shots on goal. Of course, one of them went in.
Yep. So here comes Gardendale on the attack.
Jose Ramos.
Oh, whoa. Like an illegal takedown, it was.
Ramos with the only goal by the Cougars, and you're right. We've got a timeout as Jose Ramos, I was just talking about him scoring the goal. He's going to have to limp off. He's one of their better players. Obviously, he has the lone goal.
Well, he looked like he's turned his ankle.
Yeah, he is not putting much weight on that right leg / knee / ankle. Do you think it's an ankle deal?
Yeah, I think so. We'll see. So hopefully good fortune for Ramos because, again, to your point, he had the first goal and it was magnificent.
Yes, it was.
So Gardendale comes in with a free kick to the center, and goalie just comes up, catches it easily.
That's countered. Now, Brian Rodriguez for the Cougars.
Boy, can't control it. Kept it in bounds over there. Did Vance. Clay Chalkville on the attack now.
Oh, nice defense, Gardendale. Juan Rodriguez.
Wow, look at Thomas go at it aggressively, and that's a good play by the goalie. Getting involved in that front line of, watch this, go get the ball. Don't let them have the chance. And he took the chance to get his head kicked there. Great play by Thomas, the goalie.
Yeah, Westbrook was about to put it in. Boy, it's such a fine line there, what decision you make.
Yeah, you're either aggressive as a goalie or you sit back and just block shots. To me, I think you got to do both, right? You got to read it like he did.
And, you know, nothing will help that situation out more than experience.
Vance gets it in the corner. He's going to get 2 Vance, I should say. Did Price, and it goes out of bounds. But Gardendale retains possession.
Inbound, Clay Chalkville being harassed by Vance.
Yeah. Gardendale with it. Clay Chalkville now is intercepted, trying to get it down field a little bit.
Back pass.
I still don't think Gardendale has a shot on goal, do they?
They do not.
Been on this end some. Can't get a shot off yet. There's one down there, but nobody there to receive it.
Yeah, keeping up with it. Luke Waters, he's got a lot of speed and energy as he runs it down. Clay Chalkville, possession of the ball.
So Clay Chalkville will get the free kick. Bodied there by Christopher Pacheco.
He's
now
very
Gardendale has it. Yep. Trying to get it to Nelson, but, or excuse me, Price, I should say.
Christian Rodriguez with nice defense for the Cougars, and now he's playing the same as he's defending John Price.
Clay Chalkville throws it. Boy, it's a good pass there. And a shot finally on goal, but a little wide by number 8 for Gardendale, who we don't have on our roster either. So
I'll be checking that in a minute or at halftime.
Yeah, I would just wait. Excuse me, maybe it was 9 if it was Waters, but I could have swore it was 8. We'll see.
Waters is down there a lot. Could be.
Clay Chalkville makes a substitution.
That looks like
I think that's
Mikey
8.
Pribble.
Yeah, see, that's an 8. So he is not on here. And it's probably a situation where he's just wearing a different jersey just like Vance was. I'm sure we have the name. We just don't know which one's assigned to it. Anyway, Gardendale with the pass in and battle for it to get possession. Boy, collision there. Inadvertent, but they'll say Clay Chalkville's ball.
Zion Allen was the rocket that went down. Didn't pick up the other number.
Yeah, Gerald Westbrook was the Cougar. So kicking it in will be Emmanuel Garcia Esquera. Another long kick. Nice header by number 8 for Gardendale, who we don't have his name. So he got it out of there, out of harm's way. 1-0 Clay Chalkville, and they have, 2 shots ago. I guess we wouldn't count that a shot on goal, though, that Thomas came up and made the aggressive.
You talking when he blocked it?
Well, when he came up.
2 shots on goal, wasn't it?
Yeah, I don't know.
So that would, I believe that makes sense.
Here comes Gardendale with a semi-break. Price gets it ahead. Great opportunity here. And there's a goal. So Gardendale with their first shot gets a goal, and that's Castro, who was honored for Senior Day as well. Beautiful to get it out ahead, Matt. Look at the pass.
Sweet. Kick.
Yep.
He went in a situation where goalie's got to go one way or the other, even though he's that far out.
And the goalie was coming up trying to take off that angle. Smart play by Castro to go over his head and let it land in that left corner.
That's pretty cool. Score a goal anytime, any game, any match is great, but to do it on senior night, it's pretty good. That makes it even more special. So
1-1, Cougars and Rockets. First shot on goal, right, for Gardendale.
Yeah, that's what
and they got it. Yep. Here comes a breakaway again.
Average up.
A little bit. A lot of Cougars over there, though. And that was stolen by James Garcia Brown, who punches it ahead, or tries to. Both teams playing pretty well here. Pretty competitive opening 20 minutes.
Nice ball movement, passing. Dribbling by both squads.
Yep. Nelson defenseman, also Derek Majias. Series of headers there, and Mejia, I should say. I mispronounced his name. Sorry, Mejia with that header for Gardendale. But Clay Chalkville will throw it in. Jose Hinoza.
Still alive for Clay.
Again, Ramos, who scored their first goal, went out limping badly with his ankle. So obviously he's a starter and scored the first goal, so that's not good. Blocked away.
John Price, nice play, Gardendale.
Really becoming aggressive at the point of attack where the ball is.
Midway through the first half here in Gardendale, Alabama.
On-ball defense, look at that. Pretty strong by Gardendale.
That's
Beautiful
Price
back
again.
kick. Price on the back kick.
That's Vance.
Yep, Vance down there, but Cougars really recovering well. Tried the center kick and still alive. Centers it back to Price.
Sergio Cerna kept it in play back in the corner.
And there's a knockdown that's not allowed. Christopher Pacheco with the illegal knockdown. Gardendale will have it about the 25-yard line. Great footwork by Vance with a back kick facing his own goal.
Yeah.
To give to his teammate on the wing.
Price with a kick. Upcoming.
Put 3 in front of him so you just don't have a free kick to the goal. You got to at least get it in the air, right?
And then they do a kind of like a picket fence over right in front of the goal. Now movement. I'm not sure why they're putting a hold on it. Price finally gets an okay. He'll get it started again.
There's the kick, the header. Boy, knocked away, and terrific defense by Brian Rodriguez. The header was on point, Matt, going to that left corner. Rodriguez knocked it out.
Good set.
Do we have that, Jake?
By Price. And a couple of rockets were on the left side of the goal. Good stoppage, Rodriguez.
So substitutions here. I don't know, is that Ramos coming back in?
Yeah, he was injured earlier, but he doesn't seem to be favoring that right ankle. Well, now he is.
I think he's just trying to.
Yeah, you think he's just trying to work the kink
got a
out.
fresh tape job.
He's back towards midfield.
Yeah, errant header there by number 70, who I don't have on a roster either for Gardendale. So 8 and 70. Might want to make a note of that. I've never seen a number that high for soccer.
I've got 3 shots on goal for each team. I've got 1 made for the Rockets and the Cougars.
Excellent kick downfield.
Wow.
Look at the power of the boys versus some of the girls' kicks that we did not get that far or near that far.
He had chased it down.
Intercepted by Clay Chalkville as they start their attack. Ooh, beautiful move and footwork there by Juan Rodriguez. Now that's stolen.
That's good footwork right there.
Castro with the steal, and he's got the only goal.
How far the goalie went out.
And that goes out of bounds.
I think both these goalies play pretty aggressive. I like that.
Yeah. You got to be selective. But they like to be involved in the game. If you hang out by the net, you may not can make many plays.
Interesting how many soccer players at the high school and college level end up in football. First one I remember, Scott, and I'm really dating myself, was a Kansas City guy by the name of Jan Stenerud.
Yeah.
But now all the kickers, even in college, high school for the most part, they use the soccer kick, correct?
Yep. Most of them. Been that way for
not
many
many
years. Oh,
big-
there's a breakaway 70 scores. And we don't have his name, but we'll get it. But he gets a breakaway.
That's probably the younger brother. That may be Steven Castro.
Well, they broke away. Watch this. It got behind the defense. Nice sliding save attempt there by Bavakwa, I think. But Castro gets that score. 2-1 Rockets.
Well, I heard the public address announcer say Castro, and I knew it wasn't Mario, the senior, number 5. Uh-oh, no goal? Offsides.
Offsides was called.
So Steven Castro gets little for his effort, huh?
Beautiful footwork. And there's a whistle.
Whistle on Price.
So Clay Chalkville will kick it in. Throw it in. No, they'll kick it.
From just shy of midfield.
And Emmanuel Garcia Esquera. He had the great kick to give them their first goal.
And a great name.
Has another one, too. But this time, Gardendale with a defensive header knocking it out. But Garcia can't control it. So Clay Chalkville has it again. That's kicked away and out of bounds.
Wow. Loud off the track.
Sergio Cerna can key it in.
Gardendale in control now, Scott. I like the shoes. I like the colorful shoes.
There's a breakaway again, and Garcia's got it. But look at the goalie coming
Wow.
way out to the 20, Matt,
He came
to kick it away.
30 yards out.
Yeah, Rodriguez really living dangerously there. But aggressive and stopped the shot. Ramos, boy, just a little bit, few yards from his left or right, he would have had a breakaway himself.
Still stolen away by the Cougars.
They'll feed it down on the goal. Thomas will just take that. Errant shot.
Oh, I didn't. I saw his pink and purple, but I didn't see his hat.
Whistle.
Very colorful hat as well.
Somebody's down. It looks like Christopher Pacheco is down at the 29.
When the Cougars get the ball on that side of the field on offense, Pacheco has been very, very active.
Yes.
Gets a 5 from Castro and heads to the bench. I hope we see him again like we did earlier with the Cougars.
Free kick. Just an easy stop for Rodriguez on this end. He's going to roll it out, but decided he'll kick it.
Well, I'm not sure there he goes. Yahir Cruz.
A little breakaway action there, but nice play. I think that was Garcia Esquera. Again, centering kick, but too many feet there for the Cougars to knock that away. He went low instead of high and couldn't get it away. Price came up from behind and stole it.
He's an active player, isn't he? If you're watching jersey 7.
And trying to just get it up in the air and let a teammate run under it, but not happening for the Rockets. 1-1, pretty action-filled first 40 minutes.
See Christopher Lopez on the field now for Clay Chalkville.
Zion Allen with the ball on that far side as Gardendale works it around.
Again, Ramos, who was injured earlier, very active in and around the midfield area. Now Price has got it, Scott.
Yep. It'll go down. Ramos has a shot. Puts it on goal, right to Thomas. Diving stop. Ramos had an opportunity. Thomas stopped it. Good play by Thomas.
Well, he was pretty much full steam, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of had to do what he could with the ball. I'm certainly no expert. Maybe a step or two more and then launch. But that is Gardendale's fourth shot on goal.
.10:27 to go, 1-1.
Coming up on the 10-minute mark, Scott. Been a really, really good match.
Yep. So, again, it's still 3-3 on shots on goal, or?
Actually, Gardendale just had that one on Ramos, so my count has 4.
Price and Nelson just playing kick back to each other. Now they go across the field as they widen the defense for the Cougars. Trying to spread them apart. But they've knocked that out of bounds to Clay Chalkville.
Allen, and he'll inbounds.
Headed out. Nope. Now it is.
Literally and figuratively. Jeff Coed TV, what a great idea. Glad to be a part of it. Scott was talking with some of the folks just before the game, and we've done football, softball, baseball.
Yep.
This is the first
Basketball.
Jeff Coed streamed soccer game. Actually, it's the second because the girls.
Yeah, but tonight's the first night.
Yes, it is.
There's a nice attempt trying to hit a top pocket, but Christopher Lopez a little high on the attempt. 1-1, Rockets and Cougars.
It's tied, and so our shots on goal, 4.
In case you're wondering where we are, that shot tells you Gardendale.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious right there, isn't it?
Good shot of Thomas.
I like his hat.
Good pass out to Garcia, and
Really
here comes the Rockets.
Really more of a cap, like almost looks like a.
There's a breakaway.
That's Price.
Opportunity. Boy, good recovery. And there's the shot, but nice help on defense for Esquera. But Price had a breakaway there briefly. That was an opportunity, Matt.
Wow, what really good footwork by Lopez.
There's a dump down for Ramos, and there'll be a call there, won't it? Nope.
No, he held the flag up in the far boundary, but
We'll see if
it
they
looked
call.
kind of incidental contact. I don't know if one was more aggressive than the other. They both took a spill, though. We'll find out soon enough.
Yep, they'll get Clay Chalkville will have it. Ramos had a excellent opportunity. Thomas just, again, aggressive goaltending. Came out of the net and attacked. But now here's a free kick.
I believe Lopez. No, it's not going to be Lopez.
Should be a square. We'll see. Number 8. Garcia Esquera, that's who it is. He's the guy that usually initiates these kicks.
The 3 in front to prevent just kind of an easy kick in.
There's a hard kick. Thomas got it. Knuckleball kick, hard to read, but Thomas negotiated it pretty easily there. That one went off the side of his foot. Didn't get as much depth as he wanted to. And Clay Chalkville has it again at midfield.
Edwards dribbling. Now back to Gardendale.
Boy, and again, I had a guy on the wing, and it was Price, Matt, but an errant pass. And Clay Chalk will have it.
Both
Another
Price,
missed opportunity.
Yeah, both Price and Waters shown a lot of speed for the Rockets. They get downfield in a hurry.
There's the throw. That's knocked out by Gardendale.
Seth Nelson with the defensive maneuver there for Gardendale.
Gardendale trying to kick it away. Garcia trying to save it, but couldn't save it out of bounds.
Five-minute mark of the first half, and we are all tied at 1.
There's Garcia on the breakaway. He's got a good opportunity, but again, great hustle by Esquera, who just knocks it away. Esquera's just putting the ball pressure on. Look at him. Knocked it out. Just outstanding hustle by Garcia Esquera. Good camera work by our crew.
Yeah, we've got a talented group of guys with cameras in their hands, don't we?
Esquera with a great recovery on that breakaway. Really good defenseman. Just got it off his foot a little bit too hard, and Gardendale with an interception, and now a whistle. I don't know what happened there, but Gardendale will get it. Looks like Christopher Lopez is a little confused about it as well.
Price again will open it up.
Clear kick there. Ramos getting ahead. He's got an opportunity, but more great hustle by Price. Lopez, Price knocks it out. We're going to call it Gardendale.
Price is
yeah,
getting
both
some
teams
high
hustling,
fives. Yeah.
getting back, aren't
Yeah,
they?
and that was just nothing but a sprint between Ramos and Price.
Did sprint to get back defensively. Price and then Esquera for Clay Chalkville a multitude of times.
Look at Connor Thomas there.
Zion Allen on that far side. Stolen. Lopez gets it ahead. Thomas dangerously coming out as bearing down on him was Juan Rodriguez, Matt.
He
Again,
laid
aggressive
out,
goaltending.
Laid out with both feet and just kicked it back. Nice defense.
Now, look at this. Is that a goal?
Well, I heard a
offsides.
whistle. Yeah, another goal will be taken away.
Castro had a free pass at a goal as Rodriguez for Clay Chalkville came out of his zone to try to help out, but they blew it dead. So
Shots on goal, Scott. Gardendale with 6 now, and Clay Chalkville with 5.
Boy, great kick there. If somebody had been there. No teammate was there. Went over the head of the Gardendale defense, but no Cougar was there, so Thomas just tracks it down, and he'll kick it out.
He advances along the far boundary.
Again, another soft pass down the way. Esquera just playing great defense. Look at that sliding footwork and kick by Sergio Cerna. Fantastic play. Gardendale doing the same themselves. The action pick it up in the middle of the field.
Well, it's got just over a minute left, so they're fast and furious.
Yep. Lopez was there, but Thomas tracks out and down that errant pass. And they could throw it that way, too.
1 minute remaining in the first half.
Again, leading. Garcia is there. He should have a shot. He does, and it goes in.
Off the post, Scott, and in.
Garcia just hit that left post. I thought it was going to have too much side spin on it. Take a look again.
Yeah.
But the spin made it hug the post and bounce in. Watch. Boom.
Well, he got Thomas to commit, but I thought Thomas had gotten enough to where the shot on goal was going to be wide left, but it clipped the post into the net, and just before the half, Gardendale's taking the lead.
2-1 with 16 seconds to go. Great play by Garcia.
That may wrap it up, Scott. First half homer.
And that'll do it.
Well, we've got zeros, but the official clock is kept on the field.
We still got 37 seconds, so that's why they're continuing playing.
It's different to get the 3 different clocks really in sync, except we know what the officials say on the field is accurate. Now it's the final.
So here's Gardendale again putting on the pressure. 17 seconds to go. Garcia kicks it back. They could have a last attempt here. They kick it back to the goalie with 5 seconds to go.
Yeah, Thomas will boot that back to the other side of the field.
And that'll do it.
That will do it.
So, good first half of action. Gardendale on top 2-1 with a late goal by Garcia. 2 competitive teams with some great defense on breakaways and much more. Now they're telling us Stephen Moody. So, if we had a roster, we wouldn't make that mistake. We'll take a break. We'll come back here on Jeffco Ed TV.
What you waiting for? I think we're ready to rock.
Welcome back to Gardendale. Scott Griffin, Matt Coulter, our great crew here. As we get ready, the Rockets and the Cougars, both teams making their way on the field. An entertaining first half. Matt Coulter, tell us about the offense.
Well, there have been
There was great defense.
Yeah, there was a lot more defense, but these are low-scoring games. You're not going to get 6-5 games very often because it's difficult to score, especially difficult to score when you have such great defense. Gardendale has 6 shots on goal, made 2. Clay Chalkville, who opened up with a shot on goal and a goal. They led 2 minutes into this game.
Both teams scored on their first shot attempts, right?
Yes, and Gardendale actually scored twice offsides.
Yep.
So
that didn't count, right?
They did not count, so it's 2-1 as we get ready for the second half, which is 40 minutes.
So Stephen Moody is 70 after we had thought it was Garcia.
And
so
there he is right above the
He's got the
Cougars.
ball, and he'll throw it in.
And I was
Those
privy
Ross-
to a conversation with the officials. They're trying to work out something with the scoring clock.
Yeah.
And one of the things he was really emphatic about is that these two teams are area. This is a huge game.
Yeah.
And it is.
Yep. So Eli Parker there, number 17 with the ball. We haven't called his name much.
No, we
have called that young man, and there's a great entry pass, but the header out by Clay Chalkville. Shot on goal, just shot left. So Rodriguez will kick it out of there. That was a shot on goal, but not a great one, right?
I think you called it.
I don't think it was a
centering.
pass. I think he was trying to.
Okay, then I'll add that.
I mean,
to
did
our
you think
show.
he was?
At first I did. So I agree with you.
There was nobody down there, is why only reason I
Yep.
said that. So here's Gardendale. Unless he thought somebody was going to get out there. But Clay Chalkville will cash it in here.
Trying to get it to Ramos.
Sometimes it takes several kicks just to get control of the ball, and there comes the Cougars. There's Ramos. Beautiful move there as he kicks it back to a teammate, Escaria.
Wow, it's really good defense by Mario Castro.
There's the centering kick. More half centering kick, half shot, but the angle wasn't going to be, and Thomas, an easy catch for him.
6 shot on goal, and Thomas gathered it in.
Now here comes Gardendale on the other end. Eli Parker, big guy.
I don't remember him playing much in the first half,
No.
Scott.
Hadn't called his name much. That pass a little errant there. I think offsides there on the Rockets. Maddie?
In honor of our outstanding producer, his last name is Rocket.
It's interesting to me that John Rocket always picks Gardendale.
Even though he went to Hueytown. Huh. Strange things here. Jeff, go ahead to you.
It's either because he likes Jake the Snake, the slow-mo replay person, or his last name. He just wants to hear his last name rampantly throughout the broadcast.
Well, he's getting rocketed. Good pass.
That is a good pass. Getting ahead, but just, again, the covering defense. Nice job there by Jose Hinosa.
Yeah, he did play a little bit in the first half, but I don't remember calling his name very often, but he put the Jets on against the Rockets.
Look at Castro down right by the goalie. He's down there trying to push him
this
off.
Looks like something in the lane
Excuse me, that's
in the
not
NCAA
Castro.
tournament.
That's not Castro. That is Mikey Pribble. Just down there right by the goalie to cause some interference.
Now the officials, he wants the clock stopped.
And they're jockeying for position down there. Rocket, I don't know if we can get a shot of that by the goalie, the jockeying for position. You see it there. There's this kick. Boy, he tried to sneak it in there, Matt, but nobody was there to.
No.
So it turned out to be an easy catch for Rodriguez.
Yeah, he made a great play. Castro was trying to score, it just did not happen.
Yeah. He was trying to lull him to sleep. Yeah. Like he was going to back it out and just sneak one in there.
But just the same, 7th shot on goal.
Clay Chalkville, boy, they like to get it to Ramos.
Yeah.
And it's.
I noticed Ramos in warm-ups. He's a really big, tall, muscular-looking guy.
Yeah.
And he's got speed.
Little breakaway action here. It's got a chance for a kick. But again, good recovery on that end. And
like-
again, I think it's Garcia Brown.
Wyatt Chandler.
Yeah. Another name we haven't called.
Again, I've said it probably in the first half, and I said it in game one, which Gardendale prevailed 10-0 over the Cougars. The endurance and fitness of these people is amazing because you get stoppage in play like this here preceding the corner kick.
Castro inside, and he had Pribble there, but it just Pribble went past him before he realized what was going on. So that just sails harmlessly out of bounds. Two-1 Gardendale.
Yep, Gardendale snuck it away.
Yeah. Chris Bean. Boy, good pass there. Just the timing off a little bit, but a great centering pass. Beautiful footwork, but it went out of bounds. But Gardendale gets it back. Castro centers it in there.
Price.
And that's going to go way off.
That was a shot on goal, but definitely a
It
wide
was towards the goal for sure.
It did sell very much wide right.
And why not, right? If everything's out of sync, at least get a shot towards the goal. You never know what's going to happen. Good header by Gardendale. Stephen Castro. 39 for Gardendale. Chris Bean with some nifty work. Boy, that's beautiful camera work and footwork. Look at that shot.
Wow.
Just wide. He had a chance there. Rodriguez late to react. I don't know if that was Pribble, number 3, Matt. Did you catch that?
No,
Can we take a look at that, Jake? You got
really,
that one?
Focused
Let's
in
take a
on
look
Brian
here.
Rodriguez.
I think it was Pribble right here. There he is. And he gets it. Boy, he has a good opportunity. Just wide.
I don't think Rodriguez got a glove on that, did he?
No.
Now, interesting set.
There's the centering kick. Boy, great opportunity.
Wow.
And jumping up, stabbing it is Rodriguez.
And he is not the tallest soccer player on the field. He anticipated that like a Barkley rebound.
And we forget a lot of times that the goalkeeper can catch it. Nobody else can, but he can go up and do that.
He can do that. You can inbounds with your hands. Most prefer to kick. Depends on where they are on the field, actually. Let's see, he just did. Overhand.
Yep.
Pass.
Toss.
Two-hand overhand.
Pribble again in the corner. There's the center to Parker. Errant shot. So a lot more shot on attempts so far in the first 9 minutes for Gardendale than Clay Chalkville, Matt, as we still remain 2-1, though.
Yeah, they've gotten 4 shots off towards goal, on goal, in about 8 minutes. And they had 6 in the first half. Clay Chalkville has 7. Gardendale, more importantly, has the 2-1 lead.
Brian Rodriguez will kick it out of there. You feel like you're in the game with that shot, don't you?
Yeah, it's just, you know, you and I have been around this deal for a long time, and I love floor level and ground level shots, and we've got the guys that can do it.
Boy, Pribble, there was another dangerous Rodriguez. Pribble, if he just centers that, it's probably an easy goal, but Rodriguez kicks it away, Matt.
Yeah.
Very
and,
aggressive.
Chris Bean was down pushing the play away from the goal, too.
There's John Thompson getting right in there. Look at him.
There's one of our
He's going to
handheld
get a
guys.
shot of Pribble. There's Pribble, number 3, and they're trying to push him out of there. And that is
You've got
Jose Hidosa
Christian.
trying to get him out of there. They're trying to block Thomas. There's the header, but again, a little too high. So another shot on goal, but another miss.
We got gives the Rockets 11. And Scott, I know you've been waiting throughout this broadcast for me to give you more history on the actual soccer ball. Are you ready?
Sure.
They were initially made out of animal bladders. You like that, Scott?
They're not now?
No. But they didn't bounce very well, and they were subject to puncture. Let's get this shot here.
Yeah, boy, this is a great shot. Oh, man. It was very close. Wyatt Chandler, I should say, just couldn't get control of it.
But then, Scott, a massive change in the history of the world. In 1838, a guy named Charles Goodyear came up with something called galvanized rubber. That's when they started making the balls, which bounced better.
Way better. Good idea, Charles.
His is a very interesting story if you want to go check that book out in the library.
So it's rubber, not leather.
No, and I think they do use leather now. That was just the change from the bladder to an actual rubber ball
Out of
was
bounds.
huge.
Boy, right on the line, and Chandler couldn't keep it in. So Clay Chalkville throws it in. Boy, good move there. How about that move by Juan Rodriguez? Thomas kicks it out of there harmlessly. But Clay Chalkville still putting on the pressure. Ramos now kicks it just wide. I think he had the angle on Thomas on that one, Matt. It looked like from that angle. Had a good opportunity, just couldn't hit it.
And I don't know if the defender did had something to do with it, but I think Ramos had the kind of shot that he wanted, just missed it. Wide right.
Good shot of the flag.
God bless America. Not the penalty flag or the referee.
Pribble's got a breakaway. Tries to center it back and just an errant pass. Not a good pass by Pribble. Well, he had an opportunity there. Here comes another corner center kick possibility.
Wow.
By Price, but he's getting ball pressure too.
Yeah, Price, 7 for Gardendale in maroon, is active.
There it is, blocked away harmlessly. 2-1 Gardendale. Shots on goal stand, what, 11-5?
Let's see, I've got 11 to 8.
To 8, okay. Not as
And
bad as I
you
thought.
can't have fun at the old soccer match.
Castro will kick it in. Good shot of him, the senior. Boy, almost knocked in there. Did you see how close that was for Logan Stewart?
Really, Brian Rodriguez in goal did a nice job.
Yeah, Stewart was all in the net. Looked like almost. So was Rodriguez to keep the ball out of there.
Yeah, and he kept it out, and then
Look at the ball pressure improved by Clay Chalkville. They're getting after down there.
yeah, flag goes up. Gardendale inbounds. That's Chris Bean.
Boy, stolen. Nice play. Kick it. Oh, but it hit the Rocket behind the back. They're just trying to clear
Rocket,
it.
Yeah.
Get the pressure off a little bit, right? So they can relax. Another errant shot. A little helter-skelter there, but a lot of times when it happens, just fire a shot on goal. Reset the game. So it's a good look at Brian Rodriguez, who's played a very good game.
Yeah, he sure has. Especially here as of late. Seems like we've been living inside his net.
Pribble with the dribble.
Whoa.
Walked away. Beautiful footwork there. And again, terrific job, James Garcia Brown, going to the ground to knock that one away. Good play, Brown.
Rodriguez will kick.
Gardendale again. They've just been on this end of the field for the last few minutes.
Bean with some nice dribbling back out front.
There's a nice pass, but Rodriguez comes to get it. He was trying to find Chandler, number 10, but he couldn't do it. Now Chandler's got it midfield, and not much there. Nobody was there to receive that pass.
They made pretty easy fodder for Rodriguez the last two attempts.
Out of bounds on that far side. And again, if you're just joining us, and that line past where you see them pass the football field out of bounds is the true soccer field. That's why they're over there.
Yeah, and the goals are extended to our right and left, the full 10-yard length of the end zones.
Yep.
You know, Scott, the dimensions remind me of Canadian football.
Yeah.
You remember the Barracudas?
Yeah. Gardendale on a little offensive break here. Good chance, but just a miss kick there. Price had it, Matt. It was pretty open.
Looked like an angle off the side of his foot.
Spin of the ball went off his foot awkwardly to the left, with the goal to his right.
I'm not sure he sat down.
Still a lot of action on this end of the field. And here we go again.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Clay Chalkville can't get on their end. Chandler tried to center it, but again, excellent on-ball defense there by Clay Chalkville. Looked like Jordan Bavakwa. Good play.
Good name. Bavakwa.
Almost midway through the second half, Rockets, I don't want to say in control. It's only a goal piece, or a goal bulge there for the Cougars. So.
That's interesting. The Cougars goalie, Rodriguez, is having his shoe tied by a teammate.
Because he's got gloves.
Very good point there, Scotty.
Hard to tie those shoes with those big gloves on. Boy, pretty clear shot for Seth Nelson. Just a touch tall for him, though. So that goes out of bounds. Some close calls here for the Rockets down there.
And there's been a lot more activity, and as you noted just a moment ago, on this end of the field where you see Rodriguez, the goalie, boots it out.
Yep, and that's kicked right to a Rocket. Here we go again. Clay Chalkville just needs to clear it on their end and somebody run down there and get it.
Eli Parker rather active for the Rockets.
Boy, it looked like a errant step there for Price. Gets back up, though.
Maybe two times. And
falls again.
Spilled.
There's Escara.
Uh-oh.
And he does clear it. That's what you need to do.
Slow getting up.
But you clear it and get it out of there. You know what I mean? Just to take a breather for a second. Vance centers it. Oh, offsides. Boy, another great opportunity for Steven Castro, Matt, if they're not offsides.
Yep. Almost halfway through the final half, the second half. And as it is this time of year, it might get up into the mid-80s, during the day. When that sun sets, you're headed for 55.
Are you cold over there?
Yeah, Scott, I need some hand warmers.
Let's see the goalie, Mr. Rodriguez. Here's a breakaway, another offsides. Got it in the goal, but not going to happen for Chris Bean.
Yeah, Bean was in a sprint, but offside's called on the Rockets.
Or actually, maybe not. Maybe a foul before. I think it is.
So
a foul
Rockets
before.
will get a kick here?
Or an infraction, I should say, maybe. Castro will get a kick.
Yep.
And he's straight on, so he can try to kick it in if he wants to. Or kick it here to the bunch. He's got a lot of ways he can attack this.
3 men, Cougars in front.
There's the punch shot. He had a guy breaking. I didn't catch who it was. I think it was Steven Castro. It was breaking on that right wing, but a little too tall. Another opportunity gone.
Good set play.
Just lobbed it over the head of the defense.
Under the 20-minute mark. Rodriguez, the goalie for Clay Chalkville. Kick it away. You see him left center. In orange.
I haven't used the kick in the grass but one time tonight.
Well,
and that was in the girls' game. And that doesn't count what I just said because
okay, you
I
have
was
to
just
use
bringing it up.
The actual
in a
delivery.
sentence. Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
This action's
Keep
too
an eye on
good.
the clock, Scott. You got 18:27 left.
Another shot, boy. Beautiful camera work. And directing there as Rodriguez stabs it. Let's take a look. Jake the Snake bringing that to you. Watch.
Good opportunity here. But watch the handiwork in goal by
Man.
Rodriguez.
That's promo material, Rocket. Mark that.
Well, here come the Rockets again.
We're just talking
With,
TV production right here on the air.
16
Like anybody knows what we're
shots
talking
on goal now by the Rockets. So
Yeah,
they have definitely.
I mean,
been
they have it to
aggressive.
have.
6.
So they got 10.
Yep. Yeah, and I would not claim this to be official, but
it's close. Yeah, it's close for sure. They've been playing on this end. We know that.
Yep.
There's a centering kick again. Boy, had a shot, and that was Logan Stewart with that centering kick. There's some Rockets down there, Matt, but nobody got a foot on it.
Chris Bean had a shot. Didn't make it happen, and Rodriguez with yet another save.
That's what you got to do there. Even if it goes and Gardendale picks it up, go put the ball down on that end of the field a little bit.
Yeah, like you're doing now.
Yeah, get a break.
Whoa.
And wow, how about that? Clay Chalkville will have it down there. That's why you do it.
Wow, he slid right out of
And
off the grass and onto the track.
But they threw it into a Rocket. Whistle.
Hey, we're going to do more of this, right? Next year.
We got another game. I think 2. Yeah. Well, yeah, another match, I should say. A girls and boys
doubleheader, like tonight.
Yeah. Footwork by Castro was terrific.
Yeah, and then he just kind of missed the ball.
Yeah, he lost it. Jaden Edwards clearing it out. Thomas scoops that up.
I don't imagine if Gardendale can just kind of kill a little time here. I really don't think that Miller Wood's going to mind it at all. That's why it's designed. But then, of course, if you get Chandler open.
Boy, there's a nice centering kick. There's a great shot on goal, and they got it.
In goal.
How about that? Beautiful.
That's just great passing.
By Wyatt Chandler. Let's take a look.
See who ends
No,
up with
Chandler
the goal.
passes it with the
I think it's
assist.
to Parker.
Yeah, that was an easy assist.
Yeah.
And I think that was Bean. Was that Bean or who kicked it in?
I thought it was 17.
I think it's, I don't know. I don't know if it's Parker or Bean But it was the assist by Chandler that set it
you're
up.
right.
Very easy kick.
And that's a huge goal, Scott. As
3-1 Rockets.
16:05 on the clock, and you've got a 2-goal lead in area play. It's big for the homestanding Rockets.
But again, they've been playing on this end, providing pressure on this offensive end for the Rockets. And there they are again. Pribble trying to get it. Does. Mascara trying to really provide some great defense there. He's done a nice job tonight for Clay Chalkville.
Wow. Price kicked it all the way across the field with some spin. Uh-oh, we got a rocket down. And a timeout.
I didn't see anybody around him there.
That
Just an awkward fall. Yeah,
Logan Stewart.
Yeah, just an awkward
He seemed-
little fall.
He seems to be okay now.
Castro will kick it in.
Defended by Juan Rodriguez. There are 3 Rodriguezes on the Clay Chalkville roster. A lot of Latin names, let's face it, and they play a lot of soccer, or as they call it, football.
Lob pass, header, good play. Boy, Chandler came in and really belted Sergio Cerna, who was in the way, and Rodriguez picked it up. It's a good play by Gardendale, though.
Yeah. And,
Set up nicely.
You're going to see Rodriguez kick it out, but you always get a little nervous when you got guys that close to the goal on the goalie.
Again, Gardendale controlling the ball most of the second half. There's another breakaway.
Seth
Here we
Nelson.
go. But offsides.
Seth Nelson's the one that made the good play at midfield. He may have banged his ankle up a little bit.
Chris Bean, ball got there before Bean did.
I think Miller Wood, the head coach for the Rockets, he might have done a little tweaking at the half because they've shut out Clay Chalkville. And as you've noted, they've kept the ball on the end you're looking at.
Yeah, I mean, very aggressive on entry passes like that, and they get it back. Advance to Pribble in the corner. Pribble, centering kick. It's Price, but Clay Chalkville gets it out of there. But again, Gardendale just picks it up. There's a header again. Wow. Rodriguez with a nice save.
Yeah, Gardendale now with 19 shots on goal. And, more importantly, 3-1 lead.
The Rockets are first to the ball pretty much every time, man.
Yeah, they
It just
are.
seems like.
Good point. Price is really good dribbling skills.
Pribble's in the corner. Great ball handling himself.
Looked like a hole there for a minute.
Yeah, Chandler trying to shield his man. There's a little lob pass. Still alive, but now out of bounds.
There is a stoppage of play. I think there might be an injury. I'll tell you one thing.
Bunch of guys coming in, Matt.
This looks like a line change in hockey.
Go over the roster. Who's coming in and out?
I'll go over all of them if we can get. I'll tell you one. Wyatt Chandler with a great assist. He's one that's coming out. One of about 5 exchanges.
Clock doesn't stop, obviously, for any of this stuff. Scott Griffin, Matt Coulter, Jeff Coed TV here with our first soccer match. It's been a good one.
Yes. But the pressure is mounting for the Cougars.
Yep.
They scored first, so Gardendale, there's a player down. That might have been Tanner Couch.
Clay Chalkville gets to throw it in.
All right. Let's get it across midfield.
Yeah, something needs to happen here for Clay Chalkville.
Ramos comes up, Scott.
Boy, he thought he had Lopez. It just wasn't out there enough for him. Another offsides.
And we have a player down. It might be just catching you see the left hand of your screen. Yeah, he's banged up. He's coming out. Assisted.
That's 14. Who is that?
Inosa. Oh, that is Sergio Serna.
Serna coming out. I don't know if we get the wind knocked out of him or what.
They did stop the clock, though.
No, it's rolling.
No, the one on the scoreboard.
Oh, the one on the scoreboard is not. Yeah, for an injury.
And it's also senior night for both the girls and the boys, and we showed you live as they honored the seniors for both girls and boys. Pretty cool. Saw some tears, Scott.
Yep.
I was really surprised. I had to get you a kerchief.
I get emotional over many senior nights, said Jeff Coed. As you should.
You know,
But you're so callous.
Not to be candid about it, but we've seen a lot of them. We saw some in basketball. I imagine you did when you were doing football.
Yep.
You know, especially towards the end of the year.
That's usually when they. But in football, sometimes they'll happen in the middle of the year, and they won't happen for the last home game. It's kind of weird.
That is odd.
They just pick one, I guess. I don't know what the deal is. You'd think it'd be the last home game.
I can't even remember what it was like to be a senior in high school. Although I'm going to relive it in May. 50.
Yeah.
How about that, Scott?
I wouldn't be talking about it.
Yeah, I was hesitant to give the actual number, but then you know what? I am what I am.
Thomas with the boot. And again, Gardendale ends up with it. Well, of course, that's their kicker, but still.
Yeah, but it was, it was really
a long way, yeah.
Yeah, and he dropped it right between two rockets.
Tanner Couch in there now, number 8 for Gardendale.
The infamous 8 from the first half.
And John Allen Condito, number 31 there.
You know what? You try and keep up with these things, but I believe that means Miller Wood has put every single player.
Lopez with the move, stolen away. We can't see the number on the Gardendale player. He's got gray numbers,
wow,
but it's hard to see him.
What an amazing kick by Ramos.
Yeah. Ramos had a breakaway there, Matt, that if he scores, we got an interesting little ending here.
Now, once again, Gardendale has forced the issue back to the other side of the midfield.
Yeah. But obviously you got to get one at a time, and they're down 2.
That's Candido. As I was saying, I believe Wood has played every single rocket.
Boy, that's good defense. A great hustle
No kidding.
By James Garcia Brown on that breakaway by number 25, who, again, we don't have on our roster, so, for Gardendale.
You called, we've spoken. James Garcia Brown for Chalkville, Clay Chalkville. We got a whistle. Is very active. Let's check the officials for the whistle.
Free kick.
Looks like
Kick it back to the.
Now, there we go. Rodriguez. He just set up a design play to get it across midfield.
See, Gardendale just more aggressive to the ball. Seems like.
Well, and you know, I was talking about Coach Wood playing a lot of guys. Maybe they're just fresher.
It's Lopez with the soccer ball right now. Trying to get it to Ramos down there. He's got the only goal for Clay Chalkville. The first goal of the game. On the first shot of the game.
Now we have a player in for Gardendale that does not have a number at all.
Well, it's gray. You just can't see it.
Oh. Well, you're right, I can. Coming up with the 5-minute mark. Pressure is on Clay Chalkville.
And they'll kick that out of there. (3-1) Gardendale.
Yeah, the 2 minutes in. Wasn't that about right, Scott? Clay Chalkville scored. It was 1-0.
Yep.
And then
That's it.
Gardendale scored 3 goals in a row, unanswered. And if you'll remember, in the first half, they had 1 taken back.
So how many shots on goal did Clay Chalkville have at the half?
They had 4.
And how many they got now?
They have 11.
So they do have 7 this half.
Yeah.
But Gardendale has much
might
more
be
than that.
10. But
Doesn't seem like it.
Gardendale has 2-1 on shots on goal, and I believe that's 1, but we're coming up on the 4-minute mark, Scott.
Rodriguez to kick it away again for the Cougars.
I think Clay Chalkville coaching staff's trying to get a few folks in for play.
There's Lopez. He's got a breakaway. Lopez kicks it. Knocked away by Thomas. They get it out of there. There's the celebration by Thomas. He got a right-hand mid on it. Jake, you got that again? Let's take a look. Lopez again with the breakaway. Watch right there.
Yeah.
Maybe the left hand.
You know what? I think that's a goal if he doesn't get that paw on it.
Yeah.
It looked accurate.
Good
Big
stuff
play
there.
by Connor Thomas. That looks like Clay Chalkville's going to have a set kick.
And somebody down by the goal by Thomas.
I believe just came in the lineup. That may be Ian Heath. I'll have to check.
That one went a little too far.
Foul.
Clay Chalkville has a player leave and somebody will come on for him.
Stop the clock. Nelson Alonso has checked in for the Cougars. And the clock will start here in just a moment.
Ramos going to have the kick here.
No, but he's trying to get towards the goal. And that was just kind of popped up, and Thomas took it.
Good clear out by Clay Chalkville. Ramos will have another breakaway. Let's see what happens here. Kicks in a little errantly. A little defense provided by Derek Mejia.
Man, Ramos looked like he banged up his other ankle. And he's a pretty key player for Clay Chalkville. I'm thinking he's going to head to the sideline. Don't want anything to happen to worsen the injury. And you're down 2 goals with $1.50 left.
Yeah. With a running clock.
Yeah. Morgan Beard checked in for the injured Ramos. You see him, he just booted the ball.
He's playing keep away now.
Yeah.
He got a 2-goal lead.
Yeah, just drill it to the other end of the field. Ouch.
That one Aaron's out of bounds. Clay Chalkville will get possession.
And quickly they act. Jaden Edwards checked in, 15 for the Cougars.
Nice opportunity there, but pretty easy catch for Thomas.
Yeah, right. You see the man in pink and purple. Connor Thomas.
He just kicks it as far as he can with 12 seconds to go. A centering kick, and this one's over.
Yep.
Gardendale with a valiant effort. Clay Chalkville played tough too.
Yeah, it was
3-1.
a good game. I enjoyed
Yeah.
doing this one.
Yep.
It was a lot of fun. And saw a lot of really good athletes. And in the end, Scott, I think there was an adjustment made at the half defensively, which ended up, of course, it does in all sports, to be offense. And it led to a couple of goals for Gardendale. And they win it by a score of 3-1. This is an area game, so that's a big, big victory for the Rockets.
Absolutely. So, the players will say congratulations on a hard-fought game and a good one here. Our first one at Jeffco Ed TV. We appreciate everybody's help. Outstanding camera work as always. Direction by John Rocket as well.
Great crew.
Yep. For Matt Coulter, Scott Griffin saying so long from Gardendale. The final, the Rockets over the Cougars in area play. 3-1. We'll see you on the 22nd for more soccer right here on Jeffco Ed TV.